Dig it.
Slow drag with remedy. Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and how to extend the metaphor as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with The Birds Will Still Be Singing from the Juliet Letters, released in 1993. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello's birth name. Strategically placed, that gives it a lovely feeling of serendipity. It's the piece that closes out the meticulous collaboration between Mr. Costello and the Brodsky Quartet. It's an ominous sounding piece of either resignation or acceptance, depending on your mood while listening. There is truly so much to be thankful for and what we can take for granted. Summertime withers as the sun descends. He wants to kiss you. Will you condescend? Before you wake and find a chill within your bones, under a fine canopy of lover's dust and humorous bones. Banish all dismay, extinguish every sorrow. The structure of this first stanza could perhaps reflect the welcome inclusion of Mr. Costello into the well-established Brodsky Quartet. It is structured as a poetic quintain or a quintet, 5 lines that, in this instance, features a rather unusual A-A-B-B-B rhyme scheme, whereas this sort of structure usually pairs the first and last lines together in an A-A-B-B-A scheme. Mr. Costello has gone one better. He's rhymed the first 2 lines, descends and condescend, the third and the fourth lines with an identical rhyme of bones with bones, and then through deft articulation, sorrow not only forms an internal rhyme with bones in the fourth and third lines, it also calls back to the first line through its alliteration. Summertime, sun descends, and as we hear, sorrow. In addition to this journeyman structure, the words that are sprinkled throughout this verse are not left up to chance. It's a cold place on the other side of summer. A canopy of lover's dust connotes a star-filled night far away from big cities that threaten to drown out their radiance. Humorous bones, a homophone for the humorous bone, the funny bone, situates the farce suggested just before when asked if you will condescend, asked if you will lower yourself to kiss him. We're left with a touching and harrowing scene of lovers intertwined at what could be the end of their lives, or maybe just the beginning. Following the conceit of this entire album, we know that this is a letter. But is it an obituary, a funeral service, a seance, a haunting, wedding vows? Eternity stinks, my darling. That's no joke. Don't waste your precious time pretending you're heartbroken. There will be tears and candles, pretty words to say. Spare me the lily white lily with the awful perfume of decay. Banish all dismay, extinguish every sorrow. If I'm lost or unforgiven, the birds will still be singing. This majestic second verse goes back to a more recognizable rhyme scheme of AABB, joke and heartbroken, say and decay. What was the fifth line of the first verse now becomes the first line of a chorus that does not rely on an end rhyme. Rather, it continues with the alliterations that finds a slow puncture forming from the long S sound: banish, dismay, extinguish, sorrow, lost, still, singing. 7 of the 18 words in this chorus are connected phonetically with each other. With the mention of decaying lily-white lilies, this verse places itself in both a funeral and a wedding setting, pointing out perhaps how closely linked these two types of ceremonies truly are. The mention of eternity, tears and candles, and pretty words become indistinguishable between the different sorts of ceremonies. Don't waste your precious time pretending you're heartbroken is a sentiment that can be cast upon onlookers, on both the mourner and the lovelorn. It's so hard to tear myself away, even when you know it's over. It's too much to say. Banish all dismay, extinguish every sorrow. If I'm lost or I'm forgiven, the birds will still be singing. This plaintive refrain ends the way it began by taking us back to the first 5-line verse. Only this time there is no assonance, no consonance, no end rhyme to be found, just one last impassioned plea. It's as if the speaker has left their own body, hovering above a chapel scene, lingering before the last glimpse is taken. Death, like marriage, is not an ending, it's simply yet another beginning. It is possible to find solace in these subdued yet highly charged situations. Don't be sad, for in the end, if I'm gone or otherwise unavailable, life will continue to go on.
Dig it.
Again, this has been a slow drag with The Birds Will Still Be Singing from 1993's The Juliet Letters. As I've mentioned a time or two before, I love to not know what each of Mr. Costello's songs are about, preferring instead to wiggle my own mindscapes and situations into each well-turned line and each unpredictable worldview. That said, it's impossible to stay wholly ignorant, of course. Just as we know Veronica is about his grandmother, so too do many of us know that this piece was written not long after a serious road accident, the details of which I have no idea about. But after such a shock, it seems only reasonable to take stock of one's life. The conclusion drawn from my own imagination, therefore, from The Birds Will Still Be Singing, is that whatever happens, women all over will continue to sing along with the singular talents of Mr. Elvis Costello. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. Other gems from the Juliet Letters you'll enjoy a slow drag with are episode 12, The Maddening Smile. It's a slow drag with Damnation Cellar. And episode 32, Pass the Vinegar. It's a slow drag with I Almost Had a Weakness. So my first novel, The Most Terrible Time in My Life Ends Thursday, is available. The link is in the show notes. Give it a read, review it, and spread the word. The second installment is well underway. As you know, you can find me on social media in all the usual places. Just search for my name, Remedy Robinson, or the name of my podcast, Slow Drag with Remedy. Also, please visit slowdragwithremedy.com for companion blogs, transcripts, and other useful information. Please take the time to give us a 5-star rating, especially on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and tell your friends. As always, thank you for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with remedy.